Hey folks, it's me, Manic Mark, real fake outsider artist, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the art villa found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And first off today, my ears are all clogged up. I can hardly hear anything. But I've been doing a lot of thinking today. That's right, and I thought I'd take a break from that for a bit of lunch. And you think that I'm kidding, that this is lunch? No, I'm not kidding. This is lunch. One thing I really like to eat, and I buy a package of every now and then, are portobello mushrooms. And basically all I do is put a little salt on them. Just like that. Open a Bud Light Lime. And just indulge myself. Sometimes a little cottage cheese is good along with the mushroom. That's so good. I woke up last night, but I get a lot of my ideas when I'm in restless sleep. I don't think I ever go into RPM. What is that, REM? RPMs? Something like that? 2:30 till 4 o'clock, I think I'm at that REM state. Or if it's RPM, I'm sleeping as fast as I can, okay? One thought is that I may do a painting here, is what would we look like if the workers that the utilities, the power utilities contract with to trim your trees in your front lawn that grow close to their power lines. What would it look like if they became involved in the healthcare system and started doing surgery on people? The second thing I was thinking about is I keep having this recurring thoughts, it's been over the past couple of nights, about the TV show The Prisoner. How many of you remember The Prisoner? Well, I was pretty young when The Prisoner was on. I printed out some facts about The Prisoner. It was a 17-episode British television series that was first broadcast in the UK from September 29, 1967 to February 1968. It was co-created by Patrick McGoohan, who also starred in it. It combined science fiction with elements of spy fiction, allegory, and psychological drama. If you don't have all your orifices open during the day, you're not going to be very happy. And I can't explain The Prisoner. It was just highly wacky. Patrick McGoohan, he's some sort of spy person. Some people, some omnipotent, vague, abstract government organization doesn't want him to retire, to go rogue, or whatever's going to happen, and they throw him on this island with all these weird characters, and you don't know who is just on the island, and who is doing what, and everybody has numbers, and there's a big machine and control where there's people always watching everything that's going on, and he spends the series trying to figure out what's going on and to escape. Every time he escapes, like he goes out on the water, this giant white ball, empty ball, they send it after him, and it engulfs him, excuse me, and he goes back to the island. So the reason I'm thinking about this is it feels to me like, and it always has, I was thinking about life. This is like philosophically way too deep, generally, for Manic Mark. It just seems like I've always felt like I've been a prisoner, in this sort of surreal, absurdist drama on this planet. Like The Prisoner, Patrick McGoohan trying to you know, having interactions with all these people and struggling to try to figure out what's going on, who's in charge, what the deal is, and how to get off the island, expending a lot of energy. That's sort of like life, I think, where, you know, you're always trying to figure out, well, if I took this job, or I go out with this person, or I get married, or I have a baby, or if I work harder, or I don't work at all, or if I paint or I don't paint, and I'm creative, or I choose, you know, not to expose myself on YouTube, or whatever you do, and you think somehow you're going to, you know, and usually the best fallback is just to say, well, I'm going to grow from this experience. And yeah, you will, but why? Why do you want, you know, what does that mean? Grow. Grow into what? So the point is, it's like you're on an island of absurdity. There are these puppet masters, and you do all these things. You do all these things to try to escape from this island. That's life, I think. And as soon as you think you've escaped the island because you had a baby, you get married, you switch jobs, you keep the job, whatever decisions you make that you think are going to benefit you don't work out, the bubble grabs you and sucks you back in. And then you're right back to your absurd, generally absurd life that you live. And I think no matter how intelligent you are, how famous you are, I think I've lived long enough to know that everybody lives. This is life. Everybody lives it. And you're never going to, no matter what you do, even if you don't do anything, that bubble's going to like suck you back in. And there you go.
Where am I? In the village. What do you want? Information. Whose side are you on? That would be telling. We want information.
So if you think you should be doing something, and you think you're going to grow from it, well, you know, thank God that you still have the energy to fight the omnipotent, abstract, you know, government, corporate, empire organization that you think's controlling your life, and they don't really. Even though you're enslaved, and you are enslaved. You're enslaved, and if you think that there's no, you know, system in place with cameras, the rotating machine and control room, and you're not numbered, and people aren't, you know, paying attention to you and manipulating you, you're wrong, because your every waking moment is being researched and put into a database, and there's more and more ways every day the government is finding ways to get into your life and to figure out what you're doing and when you're doing it and how to stop you from doing it and how to take whatever you've accumulated, like this empty Bud Light lime box and my last piece of portobello mushroom. Not today. Not today, Control Cameroon. I get the last piece of portobello mushroom. Is it good? That's it. I hope you're no more afraid now than when you click the clicky thing.
Information. Information. You won't get it. By hook or by crook, we will.